Okay, good evening everyone. This is Joe Henches with Beyond the Chart, and this is Sunday evening on December 15th. This evening we're going to talk about trade ideas for the coming week, starting tomorrow. First of all, I'm going to go ahead and review some of the things we talked about last week. First of all, we talked about First Solar, and I bought puts on December 57.5 puts, and I bought them on November 29th. And I sold those puts on December 11th, and the price was at 55.11. I was initially targeting down here and looking to try to get this gap fill, and decided to go with an 8% move in the stock. Okay, from the initial trigger point, the initial signal was actually right here at 59.94. I entered a couple days later over here. So I actually measured from 59.94 and exited at 55.14. So decent trade, good trade actually, 93.5% before commissions. I'm quoting these because everybody's got various commissions that they experience on options. So 7 trading days. That's really about the length of time I like being in. I don't like to sit for weeks at a time. So if I can get in and out of trade in less than 10 days, I'm loving it. So anyway, that's First Solar. And, let's say First Solar picks back up and moves back above the 10. I might be looking to try to short it again. So we'll see. But right now, that's the play on First Solar. So let's look at Canadian Solar. Canadian Solar, I said on last week, I said I thought you could sell it on at 29.14, and actually it wasn't last week, it was the week before. So 2 weeks ago I said 29.14. I had gotten a signal right here, and you would have held in just the initial stop because the 10 got below the 20. So the initial stop would be a close above the 10 and then a close above the high of that bar, which you don't get. So see, this is almost where they try to wash you out, and it doesn't happen because the 10's broken below the 20. And the momentum is shifting, okay? So you stay in, and again, if you do an 8% move on the stock from 29.14, you could have gotten out at 26.81. I did not play this one. I'm just saying how this trade would have worked out. This is the way I would have booked it. So you could have either sold half of your position at 26.81 or sold all of it, depending on the time frame that you bought. Let's take a look at HPQ. HPQ was a reversal play, and I had said last week that to go short at 27.61 on 12/9, which would have been the Monday, week ago tomorrow. And since there's only 2 weeks to expiration, I said, well, buy January puts. I really didn't talk about the puts to buy, but that's what my recommendation would have been. Initial stop would have been above the high of this bar. This was a reversal bar here, okay? Then we got the close below the reversal bar, and this was a Friday. So when I was talking, it was on a Sunday in between in here, and I said, okay, go short, right here at 27.70. It opened at 27.61. That's why I'm saying sell at 27.61. Exit on a close greater than the prior bar high. So because the 10 is still above the 20, I'm a little tighter on the stop right now. So ideally, if you were in this trade, I'm not in this trade. If you were in this trade, that would be the stop that I would have is a close above the prior bar high. You notice it has broken this trend line, and it's trading down below the 10. So this could continue to roll over. So we'll have to watch this and see. Solar City. On the 8th, I said watch for trading below the 10 EMA, which is the blue line, and then a close above the high of that bar. Never got that, okay? We never got a close above the highs of these bars that traded down below the 10, okay? So now I'm looking for a buy because this is the lowest bar, and we got this close back above 10. I'm looking for a close above this high, which is 53.19. I think that would be a nice entry signal in here, because we've got the 10 above the 20, the 50 still rising. I think we've got a fifth move coming here still, or we're in the fifth move coming. We're in the fifth move, pardon me. So anyway, that's my take on Solar City. Let's look at Tesoro. Tesoro. Last week I said buy at 57.50. Actually, that should be 57.70. So that's an error. So 57.70 would have been the trade entry. That would have been right here. This closed at 57.70. I said I thought it was a buy. Well, it opened way up about 50-60 cents. I don't like to chase, so I'm for our purposes, I'm saying, let's stick with the entry at 57.70. Well, you would have got it on Tuesday, okay, on the pullback. Well, the initial stop using a close below the low of the 10, you got that here, but did you get a close below the low of that bar? That's what I call a confirming close. Did we get that? No, we did not. So we're still in the trade. We're still using that target, that stop, and we've got a target of 62.32, which is 8% above 57.70. That's kind of an initial target, okay? That's Tesoro. And then zone, XONE, whatever zone. On 12.8, I had said buy on a close greater than 56.98. Did not get it, no trade. And I'm not really specifying a trade on this one right now. It's just kind of an update, so basically no trade on this one. Yelp, kind of a similar thing, 12.8. I said sell on a close below 51.68, below this bar, because again, this was Friday, the 6th, and we did not get that. We continued to slightly push up to sideways. I'm a little cautious about this. I think this still may roll over, so right now I've got no play on Yelp. Yandex. Yandex, we've got, I said I was long December 40 calls last week, and I got in them here on December 4th at 39.85 right here. I'm a little late on this. I would have ideally liked to have been in right down in here. Actually, you could have got out one or two ticks below the high right up here, but this is where I got in. I'm still holding. Using that initial stop. You got this big bar down where the close below the 10 happened here, but I did not get a close below this low. The problem we've got right now is I am now down to the last 5 trading days on this stock. Now I do think there's a good chance this could close back above this bar and pop. Was really hoping to see this thing break 42 and run, but we'll have to see what happens here this week, and we'll keep you posted. Okay, new for this week, let's look at Chesapeake. Chesapeake, I think it's a buy in here. I think we get a little buy signal. It's buy at 27, so try to, I would try to get that tomorrow morning, and I may look at the options for that first thing in the morning. Initial stop again on a confirming close. That's what I'm calling this, a confirming close below the 10. When you get a close below the 10 and then a close below that low, that's a confirming close in my mind. So I'm setting a target again, 8% above the initial price. So at 29.16, up here, right near the high up here, okay, is kind of a target on that. Let's take a look at CREE. CREE. I think there's a good chance we're going to pull one of these moves like we did over here. Okay, now I know that we talked about the potential double top, and here's the neck in here. We've broken this little trend line, but we've got the 10 above the 20. If we can get a close greater than the 10, which would be up above and above, say, this bar too, I think it would be a good entry, because I think there's a good possibility it pulls this kind of a move, because you got bullish divergence that occurred in here, and you got it again right in here. Okay, bullish divergence that occurred both on the DI minus and on the RSI. And so I think CREE's got a possibility, but we need to see the close above the 10, otherwise it's not happening. And the last one we'll take a look at real quick, we're almost out of time, is Yoku. And Yoku, I think wave 5's underway. This could be a head and shoulders continuation. I say buy at the close at Friday. Initial stop again on a confirming close below the 10. Target 33.35 at a minimum. You could exit half or exit all, depending on the time you've got. If you exit half, then keep a stop at a close below the prior bar low on the remaining half. So that's it real quick for tonight. We'll talk to you Tuesday. Have a great Monday and a great Tuesday. This has been Joe for Beyond the Charts.